Hi friends, my name is Deepak, and today we will discuss like how we can archive our archive files to a different locations or to a different sites, so that if any of the sites gets filled, then we can retrieve our archive files or offline redo log files from a different location, so that if any of the our Oracle instance gets failed, then we are able to achieve them. So before to start, let us like discuss about the functionality of redo log files and archive log files through a diagram. So in this diagram, you will see that we have a redo log files. So we have three groups: group 1, group 2, group 3, and we have archive log files. These are our archive log files, and like how those like logs are getting written, they are written by two different processes. One is log writer and the other one is archive log writer. So when any of the logs of redo log buffer get written, they get returned to our redo log files by our redo log writer. So LGWR is our redo log writer. So when they are written to our redo log files, then it is the duty of archive log writer to write those information from our redo log files to our archive log files or to our archive locations. So from this diagram, you will see that this is the timeline, and these are our online read log files, and this is our log writer, and this is our archive log writer, and this is our archive files. So whensoever anything is written by log writer to our log redo log files, there is a log switch. That means when this log files get filled, then log writer move to a different log file, and the log switch happened. So once it is done, the Oracle thinks that that log file is like full, and it has to be stored permanently to our offline location. And for that, the archive log writers get activated, and then it writes that information which is on our redo log files, which is in this case log 001, and write that information to our archive redo log files. And then again same thing happens, log writer writes to our log 002. When it is done, then log switch happened and it moves to log 003, and archive log writer write all that information from log 002 to our archive log files. So this is how it happens. Let us check like how many processes we have for our log writer process and archive process. So let me connect to my database so that I can show you right now how many archive log processes are running. So let me connect to it. So I am connecting to my Oracle database, and if I need to check like how many archive writing process is right now running, which is in this case is our archive writer, we should check it with the parameter show parameter log archive max. In that case, we are getting that the log archive max processes are 4. So let us check on operating system. So right now we can do ps-ef grep arc. So you can find that we have 4 different archive processes running. So those processes are taking care of copying all details from redo log files to our archive files. So let us talk about this diagram. So we have two different database, the primary database and the standby or a secondary database. and I'm gonna tell you like how there is a relationship of archive redo log files in the both database, right? So the primary database is the active one, and the secondary one is like when the primary gets filled, then we have to concern with a standby system or a standby database. So in this case, if you see that anything which is written on our primary database transaction, it is to be written from log writer into our redo log file. So basically redo log files are containing any of the change which is done on our database, so that if anything gets crashed on our database, if there is like a media failure or any of the failure, we can make our database up from our redo log files. So like to save those redo log files permanently, we have to shift those logs from redo log files to our archive log files, so that archive log files can be saved on our permanent tape drives. So this is what happening. Any information is written from our database redo log buffer to our online redo log file, and it is done by our log writer, and after that archive writer is writing it to our archive redo log files. Then those like archive redo log files are shifted to our RFS remote file system, and it is shared by our secondary redo log files, and then again those information can be written to our redo log files. So both database are get in sync with our archive log files. So like I will perform a task or a task in which like I will create like multiple locations for our archive logs, so that if any of the location is not accessible, then we are able to make logs on a different location, and further we are able to copy those logs which are frequently generated to over to the location where we have a temporary disconnectivity. So let us start with our database. So right now I am connecting to my database right now, and if I need to check like on which mode right now I am on, so I can execute a command archive log list. So this will tell me that right now database is running on archive mode. So there is a very basic like process through which we can make our database change, and we can change our database to our archive mode. So right now it's enabled, and the location on which the archive logs are generating, it is on OPT app Oracle archive log 2, and the current log sequence is 148. That means like what I have told you, that the sequence number is when there is a log switch, then sequence number gets changed. When there is a sequence number, like if I talk about this 148, that means when it has been done, when there is a log switch happened, or when a log writer changed its location from one redo log file to another redo log file, then the log sequence number gets changed. Let me change it automatically so that I can show you that current log sequence number or old log sequence number gets changed. So we can do it with a command alter system switch log file. So now I should execute the same command archive log list. Let me copy it from the above. Now the sequence number has been changed. Why? Because I have switched that log file manually. And let us check the location also where that log files are getting generated. It is in archive log 2. So you will find that the sequence 148 is there because the current log sequence number is 149 and the before one will have that file generated in this location. Okay, so in this practical, what I am doing, I am just defining three different locations for a same archiving, so that like if any of the destination get interrupted or it is not accessible, then we will able to get archive log files on different two locations. So what I have done, I have created a three different directories, which is opt app oracle site 1. Let us create it. Let us go to our operating system. So right now I am on our operating system, and we should create a file. Before going, we should connect to our oracle user, localhost, giving the password, and now I'm going to the location, this opt app oracle. So I am making a directory mkdir site 1, mkdir site 2, mkdir site 3. So I have three different sites. So I have three different sites, and I want that any of the redo logs when written like when done by our archive writer, it should be moved to those three different sites. And in meanwhile, if any of the site get crashed or any of the site is not accessible, we should have other two locations having all those updated files, right? So let me connect to my Oracle server. Connect slash sysdba. I'm connected. So Oracle 12c gives you many different locations in which you can define your own directory or your own mount point. To check the location, to check the destination information, we have to execute the command. So the command is select dest name status destination from BTOLer archive desk. So from here you will find that I have already given some of our like log archive destination, and those are the old files, right? So what I will do it for uh, 4, 5 and 6, right? So the rest 1 to 3 are like already occupied and we are not concerned about them. We are only concerned about the three new one on which we will make the configuration. So log archive dest 3, log archive dest 4 and log archive dest 5. And for log archive 3 I will give site 1, and log archive 4 I will give site 2, and log archive 5 I will give site 3. So let us like do it with a command, and this is a command which says alter system set log archive destination, and in this case I have to change it to 4 equal to location and then the path name. I'm missing something. Let me execute it once again. So actually I was I have add a new extra parenthesis, and the command is the same, alter system set log archive test 4, and I have specified the location, which is my site 1. Same I will do for other two locations. So test 5 and then equal to colon location equal to slash opt slash app slash oracle slash site 2, and for the third one also destination 6 equal to parenthesis specifying the location equal to path of the location app oracle slash site 3. So let us check it again that anything has been updated or not. I am executing the command again and I find that now I have 6 valid locations where my archive logs get stored. So let us do a switching of our log files, and I will also tell to a location where we have logs get generated, so that we will also see that what's happening in the background. So this is my location where we have any of the trace logs, which is opt app oracle dag rdbms oracle orcl and trace. Here we have tail -f alert.logs. So this is what I have done, and it has been like printed in our log files. Like I make some changes and it has been printed. So I have tail to this log file, and now I will do a manual log switch and I will see what's happening in this like in this file. So I am going to my database. The command is alter system switch log file. See what's happening. Now you can see that like the thread has been generated, log writer switch, and this file and entries has been defined to this location. I will do it once again, and now you can see that like something has happened here. Let us check to the location, like we do have any logs file available on those site 1 to 3 or not. So ls-ltrh, we have 3 different sites, site 1, site 2, site 3. Let's go to site 1, and you can see that we have archive logs generated with a sequence number 149, 150, 151, 52. I believe same thing will happen on site 2 also. You can see 151, 152, 150, 152, the last one, and same thing is happening on site 3. Same thing is happening. The last sequence number is 152. So let me check the current sequence number on our database, which is archive log list. You can see the current log sequence number is 153, and the last one has been updated on our archive log files location. So what I will do, I will just make one of my location as the faulty, or I am assuming that my site 2 is not mounted or any error has been happened. So I have to see like what happened and like do I have any log files missed or not, right? Because if any of the files get missed, then there is a purpose that we should need more than one destination archive log files, or so that it can be managed later on. Let me make a change on our site 2. So now I am executing a command in which I am altering my system, and I'm setting my log archive destination 5, which is my site 2, which is log archive dest 5. It's right now its status is valid. I'm just deferring this status so that it should be non-accessible, so that no logs gets generated on my OPT app Oracle site 2. So I'm just making a change, and I'm just deferring it. I'm just putting scope is both so that it should be updated in the memory and also in my SP file. I'm just missing something. Let me execute the command again. So it's my mistake because I'm trying to deferring the log archive destination, but what I need to do, I need to just change the status so that it should be deferred, and the parameter is alter system set log archive destination state 4. It should be deferred. So now let me execute a command and check the status. Select destination name status destination from varchar list, where destination is not null. So now you can check that log archive dest 4 is deferred. Let us switch the logs. Let us switch the logs and see, like, are we getting any updated archive log files for destination site 1, right? So let me execute a command, alter system switch log file. Archive log list. Now the sequence number has changed to 154. Let us go to my location. I have 3 sites. Let us first check the site 1. So right now it's the updated sequence number is 152. Let me go to site 2. Site 2, and LSFN LTRH, and you will find that I have new archive log file available. It means that anything when there was a problem and the status was deferred, there was no new file updated on that location. So that was the main reason of this practical, that if any of the site get deferred, we should have any another backup, so that archive writer should write to another destination, and later on we can copy that information to a another like site which was like having a problem. Let me try to do it once again. Alter log switch, and if I see the archive log list, it's now 155, and here if you see, I have already tail to my alert log, and if you see into the logs what's happening, the thread in advanced log sequence number 154 and then 155, and what's happening, it's telling us that the current log is 155, right, and it is being archived, and the thread is 1, and it is the sequence number is 152 154, and it has archive to destination 135, right? So hope this practical is informative for you, and you was able to perform any of the practical in which you want to configure multiple destinations for archive, so that there should be a failover situation and you will be able to understand it or able to handle it. Thanks a lot for watching my video. Have a nice day.